Here are 3 reasons why Donald Trump's war with Venezuela will fail. The first is simply geography. I think the best comparison to make is with Iraq, because of course the United States did invade Iraq in 2003. They were able to topple Saddam Hussein, but they were unsuccessful as they had to fight an insurgency for the next 8 years. Well, Iraq would look like a walk in the park compared to an invasion of Venezuela. Venezuela is roughly twice as big as Iraq, and it is far more mountainous. In addition, at the time of the Iraq invasion, Iraq had many enemies at its borders. This includes countries that it had previously fought wars against, like Iran, Kuwait, and Saudi Arabia, as well as major U.S. allies, like NATO member Turkey, as well as Jordan to the west. In contrast, Venezuela actually has very good relations with 2 of the 3 countries it neighbors, that being Colombia and Brazil. For instance, in Brazil, there's also actually this group called the Landless Rural Workers Movement. It has 1.5 million members, and they have actually pledged that if the United States tries to invade Venezuela, they will form their own militia or brigade to then go and help the Venezuelan government. The second reason why a war with Venezuela would fail is because the existing sanctions against Venezuela have actually been insufficient in creating the instability that the United States desires. When the United States invaded Iraq, sanctions had pretty much destroyed the country. The Iraq army lacked the necessary equipment to fight against the United States, and northern mountainous regions were already controlled by Kurdish people rather than Saddam Hussein himself. And as these sanctions were going on, there were very few countries that were actually willing to trade or help out Iraq. In contrast, while the sanctions on Venezuela have been devastating, they failed to create the same level of chaos. Yes, there have been attempts to overthrow the government in Venezuela, but these have also failed. And countries have stepped in to help. For instance, Iran actually sent oil to Venezuela, and there are rumors that Russia has actually sent in hypersonic or at least very powerful missiles to the Venezuelan army. So the Venezuelan army and the Venezuelan people would actually be a lot more able to fight against the United States government compared to what happened in Iraq. The final thing is also that this war is simply unpopular amongst the American public. The Iraq War was unfortunately actually quite popular, with both Republicans and Democrats supporting it in the hysterical aftermath of the 9/11 attacks. In contrast, war with Venezuela is not popular really at all. 45% of Americans oppose overthrowing Venezuelan President Maduro, while just 17% are in favor. And even amongst Republicans, it's not even a majority. It's only 34% who are in support of this. And actually, public opinion does matter. That's why they always engage in propaganda and try to get the public on its side. So the fact that it's unpopular would make the war a lot more difficult to carry out. So there you have it. Those are why this war will fail. Please leave a comment, like, and share. I would love to hear your thoughts as well. Thanks.